Wolfepit. Frozen egg roll throwdown. What are we eating?
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? The egg rolls we used to get back in the day compared to the egg rolls we get today from our local Chinese restaurants used to have a lot of shrimp or roasted pork or a combination of the two, and they had flavor, and they weren't super greasy, but they were just greasy enough to be delicious. Nowadays, unless you have a unicorn of a Chinese restaurant, egg rolls are so inconsistent, you'd have a better chance of winning the lottery. The egg rolls are so inconsistent, I really stopped buying them at most Chinese restaurants, unless I'm trying a new restaurant. I like to give everyone a chance. Unfortunately, the inconsistency doesn't stop at the egg rolls in most Chinese restaurants. But that's for another video. So if you're not lucky enough to have a unicorn Chinese restaurant in your area that makes good, consistent egg rolls and Chinese food, your best bet is to make egg rolls at home. If you noticed how I differentiated between egg rolls and Chinese food, that's because egg rolls are not traditional Chinese food. They're an Americanized version, much like most Chinese food we eat here in America. Because if you make egg rolls at home, you can control the quality, the consistency, the crispiness, the greasiness, the amount of shrimp, the amount of pork, the amount of flavor, etc. And if you're intimidated about making egg rolls at home, don't be. They're really simple to make, a little time consuming, but they're extra delicious, extra crispy, and extra filled with goodness. Oh, and they're less expensive than in a Chinese restaurant. But as the old beautiful Sweet Brown always says, ain't nobody got time for that. So,
Oh, crap. Ad already, damn.
Saving money feels right. Just like when things are packed tidy and tight. Get auto insurance that fits you.
So if you don't have a unicorn of a Chinese restaurant...
Okay, now I was going to say, I done tried all of these, except for I just got these. I thought they was probably going to be out of stock, but I could already tell you what I like and don't like, but I tried all of these except for this chung, I don't know how you say this name, chung, I think that's the name. Yeah, I tried them all, except for this one. So I have it back there, but I ain't get to it yet. I just got it, so.
And you don't have time to make homemade, crispy, delicious egg rolls at home, then your next option is to go to your local grocery store and head down the frozen food aisle, and there will be a plethora of frozen egg rolls for you to choose from. Today we're only trying 4 brands, but 2 different flavors. I know there's other brands and different flavors out there, but these were the only ones that were available to me right now. If there's other good frozen egg rolls out there, please let me know in the comments. So the egg rolls we're trying today are both chicken and pork from Pagoda, Taipei, Chung's, and Great Value.
Okay, chung. Okay, it was chung.
So let's start off with the most expensive egg rolls, which are the Chung's gourmet quality egg rolls. Starting with the 24-ounce box of chicken egg rolls with dipping sauce that contains 8 egg rolls.
Yeah, a lot of them don't have the sauce.
$7.37. Here's the list of ingredients, and I really like it when these manufacturers break down the ingredients like they have here. And I also like that the chicken is just chicken. It's not a corned beef slurry concoction. Each chicken egg roll with the sauce has 170 calories, 4.5 grams of total fat, a half a gram of saturated fat, no trans fat, 10 milligrams of cholesterol, 500 milligrams of sodium, 26 grams of carbohydrates, 2 grams of fiber, 5 grams of sugars, and 6 grams of protein. Next we have the pork egg rolls with dipping sauce. Here's the list of ingredients, and once again, the pork is pork, not a corned beef slurry concoction. Kudos to Chung's, even if these egg rolls suck. Each pork egg roll with the sauce has 170 calories, 4.5 grams of total fat, 1 gram of saturated fat, no trans fat, 5 milligrams of cholesterol, 490 milligrams of sodium, 25 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, 5 grams of sugars, and 6 grams of protein. You can cook these egg rolls in the conventional oven, air fryer, or microwave oven. I'm cooking all of these egg rolls today in the air fryer.
Okay.
And I would never ever recommend microwaving an egg roll. So here's our chung,
I agree with that.
chicken, and pork egg rolls right out of the freezer and right into the air fryer. The chicken egg rolls are on the left and the pork egg rolls are on the right. Now they cook in the air fryer at 375 degrees for 12 to 14 minutes. Yes, I know, I have a very, very small air fryer. But don't confuse the size of these egg rolls with the air fryer because they're pretty good sized egg rolls, weighing in at 3 ounces apiece. Now here's our chunks, chicken and pork egg rolls after air frying for 12 minutes at 375 degrees. So let's try the chicken egg rolls first. And just by feel, you can tell how crispy these are going to be. So into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. And the wrapper was certainly crispy. Maybe a little bit too crispy for my liking. Maybe I shouldn't say too crispy, but crispy and dry. I know we, the people, moan and groan about soggy, greasy egg rolls. But here we've gone from one extreme to another. There's got to be a happy medium. I made some homemade Chinese mustard for the second bite. And it makes the egg rolls even better. The filling in the egg roll was actually pretty decent. There was a decent amount of meat in it. And the cabbage wasn't soggy and sour. That's notorious for frozen egg rolls. So now for listeners, we're going to try the next egg roll.
Cabbage being sour.
With the sauce that's provided in the box. And that sauce doesn't look very appetizing to me. It looks like applesauce. And you can definitely see that these egg rolls are not soggy or greasy whatsoever. So Verlis and I both thought these egg rolls were pretty good, but the sauce was a total disappointment. It had no flavor to it whatsoever. So I tried my final bite with some of my homemade mustard and some other duck sauce I had laying around. And it was really, really good.
I'm raised to hate the duck
It added
sauce.
some much
Now it's all right.
mustard to the wrapper. Now,
Come
That's
on
how
now.
the skinny people of the world are skinny. It's called the gut-centric theory of hunger. A study out of China took healthy volunteers, and they put them on a 14.
now let's try the Chung's pork egg rolls. And just like the chicken egg rolls, these look super dry and super crispy. As soon as we bit into it, the wrapper and the filling were just like the chicken egg rolls, but with pork. And again, there was a good amount of meat, and the cabbage filling wasn't sour or mushy. It was just right. So on the next bite, I had to get some of my homemade Chinese mustard, which if you've ever wondered how to make Chinese mustard, it's super complicated. What you'll need is some dry mustard and water. You just add enough water to
Dry
dry
mustard?
powder to get to your desired consistency. Let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then you'll have the exact same napalm Chinese mustard that you can get in a Chinese restaurant.
I've heard
I'm
of
not talking
dry
about Chinese mustard in the packets. I'm talking about the very spicy, pungent mustard you get in a Chinese restaurant. I'll leave the link in the description on how to make Chinese mustard and duck sauce. I think the Chung's gourmet egg rolls were pretty darn good for frozen egg rolls. The only thing I didn't care for was that sauce and the overly dry / overcooked wrappers. So throughout the week after I made this video, I continued to eat the egg rolls and heat them up the same way, except I cut 2 minutes off the cooking time, and they all turned out so much better. Maybe it's because my air fryer is so small. Either way, both of the Chung's chicken and pork egg rolls were very good, pork being my favorite. So I'm giving both of the Chung's egg rolls a 7 out of 10.
I never tried them yet.
Next we have the 22-ounce Pagoda
I got them a couple of
pork
times.
egg rolls that contain 8 egg rolls per box that cost $6.42. So let's go over the Pagoda chicken egg rolls first. Here's the list of ingredients. And again, the chicken is chicken. It's not a foreign meat slurry concoction. Kudos to you, Pagoda. Each chicken egg roll has 140 calories, 4.5 grams of total fat, 1 gram of saturated fat, no trans fat, 10 milligrams of cholesterol, 330 milligrams of sodium, 20 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, 2 grams of sugars, and 6 grams of protein. Now for the pork egg rolls. Here's the list of ingredients. And again, the pork is pork. No pork being served.
And that's good. It's not garbage. No garbage in there.
Each pork egg roll has 180 calories, 9 grams of total fat, 2.5 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 25 milligrams of cholesterol, 400 milligrams of sodium, 19 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, 1 gram of sugars, and 6 grams of protein. And again, I'm cooking all the egg rolls in the air fryer today, but you can also cook these in a conventional oven and a microwave, which again, I would not recommend using the microwave.
Microwave is horrible.
And now they go into the air fryer at 375 degrees for 13 to 14 minutes. And here's our chicken egg rolls after air frying for 13 minutes. But just like the Chung's egg rolls, these are nice and crispy on the outside and look fairly dry. So into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. In my opinion on the wrapper, it's just like it was with the Chung's. It's either very dry or it's overcooked or a combination of both. But the cabbage was a little bit sour and mushy. But again, there was a good amount of meat in these. So I dipped it into my Chinese mustard and got way too much on it. Let's just say it took my breath away. And these pagoda egg rolls are more on the size of a spring roll versus an egg roll.
Oh, I forgot about them. A spring roll. There's no meat in there. A spring roll.
Now let's try the pagoda pork egg rolls. And the two pork egg rolls side by side look like two totally different egg rolls.
Yeah.
The wrapper on the other one looks like an egg roll wrapper. What's happening here? So into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. The wrapper on this one definitely seemed a lot lighter than a normal egg roll wrapper. And the filling was pretty much the same as a chicken egg roll with a slightly sour and mushy cabbage. But the pork was delicious and there was a good amount of it. And of course the Chinese mustard made it better. Chinese mustard makes everything better, as long as you eat it in moderation and don't lose your breath. So since the wrapper looks so much different, we had to try the second pork egg roll. And the wrapper on the first one was definitely lighter, like on a spring roll. The second one was definitely a little bit heavier, like on an egg roll. Overall, these pagoda frozen egg rolls were pretty good. And once again, the pork was my favorite flavor, but I'm giving both of them a 6 out of 10. Now let's try the 24.5 ounce Taipei chicken egg rolls and pork egg rolls that come 8 to a pack and cost $6.38. Starting off with the chicken egg rolls. Here's a look.
And the last time I got them, or the last two times I got them, I think the sauce was missing. I don't know what the hell happened there. Yeah, the sauce was missing.
Some ingredients. And once again, the chicken is chicken, not a 4-meat slurred concoction. Kudos to Chung's, Pagoda, and Taipei so far for using real meat. Each chicken egg roll has 160 calories, 7 grams of total fat, a half a gram of saturated fat, no trans fat, 10 milligrams of cholesterol, 380 milligrams of sodium, 18 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, 2 grams of sugars, and 4 grams of protein. Now for the pork egg rolls. Here's the list of ingredients. Each pork egg roll has 150 calories, 6 grams of total fat, a half a gram of saturated fat, no trans fat, 5 milligrams of cholesterol, 460 milligrams of sodium, 18 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, 3 grams of sugars, and 4 grams of protein. Now once again, you can cook these in the oven, air fryer, or microwave. And we're doing it in the air fryer. Now pagoda egg rolls go into the air fryer at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. And here's what they look like after air frying for 10 minutes at 400 degrees. So we're going to try the chicken egg rolls first. And once again, the wrappers look more like spring roll wrappers than they do egg rolls. So into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. Now these are good, bad, and ugly. The good is the flavor. The Taipei egg rolls so far have the best flavor out of all 3 brands I've tried. The bad is there's not a whole lot of filling in these. The ugly is the wrapper to filling ratio. Look at how thick that wrapper is.
Yeah.
The wrapper is soggy and doughy, almost like it's undercooked. But of course, my homemade Chinese mustard did the trick and made them better. So now let's try the Taipei pork egg rolls. The wrapper on the Taipei pork egg rolls looks totally different than the wrapper on the Taipei chicken egg rolls. So into my old pie hole, down the gullet it went. And it was the same situation as with the Taipei chicken egg rolls. Lots of undercooked thick dough, but a really terrific flavor. So I had to go right to the mustard. And then we tried the sauce that came with the egg rolls, which wasn't very good. It tasted like ketchup with a little bit more vinegar in it. This is a daggone shame because these Taipei egg rolls had the best flavor. And once again, I much preferred the pork egg rolls over the chicken egg rolls. But I can only give the Taipei egg rolls a 5 out of 10. Now last but not least, we have the 10.8 ounce great value chicken and pork egg rolls that come 4-2 a box and cost $2.98.
Those are the cheapest ones.
So let's start with the great value chicken egg rolls first. Here's the list of ingredients. Now the chicken appears to be just chicken, but somewhere in these egg rolls, they put textured soy protein, which is the same as TVP. Each chicken egg roll has 120 calories, 2 grams of total fat, no saturated fat, no trans fat, 5 milligrams of cholesterol, 300 milligrams of sodium, 19 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, 2 grams of sugars, and 5 grams of protein. Now,
how to store and sort all your photos and videos in seconds. No computer knowledge required. This tiny device can safely back up and store thousands of pictures and videos in a matter of seconds.
Now for the great value pork egg rolls. Here's the list of ingredients. And once again, these have TVP on them. Each pork egg roll has 110 calories, 1.5 grams of total fat, no saturated fat, no trans fat, 5 milligrams of cholesterol, 350 milligrams of sodium, 19 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, 2 grams of sugars, and 5 grams of protein. Now once again, these can be cooked in the oven, air fryer, or microwave. We're doing them again in the air fryer. Here's our great value egg rolls, right out of the freezer and right into the air fryer. Now they cook at 350 degrees for 13 to 14 minutes. And here are our great value egg rolls 13 minutes later. So we tried the chicken egg rolls first. They look good on the outside, they feel nice and firm and crispy, so there's only one thing left to do is to throw it in my old pie hole and down the gullet it goes. So far so good. The wrappers on these egg rolls are the best so far. The filling is somewhat crisp, sweet, and tastes fresh. The only issue I have is there doesn't seem to be a lot of chicken in these. And of course I had to add some mustard. Now for the great value pork egg rolls. The wrapper is nice and golden brown, and it feels crispy, but not nearly as hard as the previous egg rolls.
That's what she said.
Once again, the wrapper was nice and crisp and flaky, not too doughy whatsoever, and not overdone. And the filling was absolutely delicious. But again, I was missing meat. Where's the meat? So of course I had to go back and get some more mustard. The great value chicken and pork egg rolls would have been the best out of all four.
Wow, that's something.
If they had more meat to them.
Oh.
Otherwise, they were almost perfect. And once again, the pork egg rolls were my favorite. So I'm giving great values, chicken and pork egg rolls, a 7 out of 10. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, think about that. We're gonna have to go to, what do you call it? The Taipei, yeah. It's a lot of bread in there. And like I said, the meat, the sauce, was it that one? Yeah, the sauce was missing. How about that? The package was missing. But the chung, I ain't tried that yet. And the pagodas, to me, is the best one. But the great value is cheaper. It's like $3 a pack, and the other one's like $6 and $7. Dang. but it's only 4 egg rolls in a great value one. Yeah, but the chungs, I gotta try that one. I never tried that one. It's back there now, but I just didn't get to them. It's Chinese food, maybe for dinner or something. I don't know. But yeah, right now, to me, right now, the pagoda is the best one, and the great value just a lot. The great value version just a lot cheaper.